In the glasses.
In the glasses. Hello. One of my favourite sort of interesting points about social media is transparency. But I was wondering what the panel would advise, because I run my own blog. I've just joined for Sticky Eyes as online content editor, so I now work within the digital agency and I run my own projects. So obviously I've got three quite different, well, I think they're quite different facets of what I want to do. I'm sure most people have experienced the business Twitter feed and then the same person saying something completely different in their personal Twitter feed. And I just wonder what the panel's advice is with maintaining the equilibrium between those different strands of what you're interested in, and how to basically be transparent but not bullshit at all.
I think I can probably add some insight here. So in my Welcome to Yorkshire days, the Welcome to Yorkshire businesses community that I'd gone out and trained and sort of engaged with online immediately associated me with Welcome to Yorkshire. So they still do. So I'll get asked, where should I go stay this weekend, Bristol? What's this, that and the other? And I think the absolute golden rule, and it's not going to shock anyone, is don't say anything stupid. So if you are going to have a professional life and you are going to manage anything to do with brand online, if you tie your Twitter profile to the company that you work at, please don't tweet, I've had a really shit day. It's just stupid, I'm not saying that you would do that, but I think it's absolutely key to this, that you as a person online, no matter how you feel about it, people are watching everything you do. Probably a lot of people you don't think they're going to watch it. So, for example, I'm quite cagey about who I'm friends on Facebook, and I don't particularly want everyone, because that's my space. So I think in light of your question, what I would suggest is you create my space, my own, not my space, but my own space. And that you have very sort of strict criteria to yourself about what you do and what you say on those spaces. And I think in terms of subject matter, I think I would keep your channels very separate as well. So if you're going to say on Twitter that it's you and then you're going to have a professional portfolio, I probably wouldn't put where I worked on my Twitter ID, same as LinkedIn, and you should have a different profile for that as well, and the same with Facebook.
I'll just share, I mean, you know, what we do at Brass is we actually have social media guidelines for all our staff, and we have to do that because, however, I like what Crystal just said, however distinct your usernames are and your personas, it's too easy to link everything together. And you know, we had a client in, you know, about 18 months ago that one of our people had blogged something 3 years ago, and that was still being held as a case study within the client's company as to why they needed to get into social media, because she had a very bad experience with this brand, completely slagged them off. And then we got appointed by the company, and they said, oh, this person works with you. And that was different usernames, different, you know, everything. So it's too easy to link together. So I think the only rule is that you have to be, you're basically, if you're professionally involved and you're on social media, you're at work all the time. You can have interests, but it's too easy to link together.
I don't think that means you have to be really corporate and boring, though. I think there's plenty of room for you to express your own personality, and I don't even think there's anything wrong with being slightly controversial, but you've got to be sensible about it. You've got to always remember that you are representing yourself, who you work for, you know, the websites you write for. I know you write for culture, so you've just got to bear that in mind. And also I think it's worth remembering that pretty much nothing can be deleted online. Even if you delete it, it can still be kind of dragged up. And you know, you don't know who you're going to piss off in the future who might be able to pull something up about you. So I would always kind of use that rule of just remembering to be sensible, be yourself, but just keep it professional and always have that in the back of your mind.
Sorry. There was a recent example came up with after the London riots. There was there's a video game PR company based out in London whose clients include Disney and some other quite wholesome clients. And this person whose Twitter feed had nothing to do with the company said some stuff which probably wouldn't be approved by Disney. It wasn't particularly nice about those people who were writing. And then it spread amongst everyone who works for that company, and basically everybody found out that this person was talking in this way about the rioters. And she had nothing linked to it, but people's personal accounts usually trump the accounts of the company anyway. There's really good Groupon peer index, which helps you monitor or get an idea of how popular certain people are online, which logs people working in Yorkshire. I think most people here are probably on it. And if you look at the company accounts, and then you look at the accounts of the people behind those companies, the personal ones are usually a lot higher, regardless of how they're linked with them. So just think before you tweet, and you don't have to say everything that you're thinking.
Yeah, it's exactly what Paul was saying. I think I tend to take the approach of if I'm not happy, if someone overheard me, would I be comfortable with them overhearing what I've just said, and i.e. you're in the pub and somebody overhears. And I think the other thing that's kind of linked to this a little bit is people that sort of run their accounts out of one tool. So if you're running something like TweetDeck, how easy is it? How often have we seen people do it? I actually run different clients for different clients. Literally, I use a completely different app to tweet just because it's a lot safer. So it's the other thing to put in the warning, really.
The line, this is my opinion, it's nothing to do with running the business, and they immediately connect those thoughts that she was putting out there with her brand, and that can be terribly damaging.
So the question at the back somewhere. Yeah, the very back room.
Yeah, just following on from what you were saying there, I work for Northern Ballet, and one of the things we want to do is get more people. We've got lots of interesting people, we've got dancers, we've got backstage stuff. We want them to engage with our audiences as well through our Twitter and Facebook channels. But at the same time, we want to maintain our tone of voice. As a brand, we have a tone of voice, and we're having trouble. I was wondering, how would you advise somebody to get more people involved in speaking with the audience from social media whilst maintaining a corporate tone of voice? Is it even possible?
I think the first question is find out if they want to start with. Because the worst thing you can do is try to persuade people to take over your social media account or to work with it and tweet on behalf of the company if they really don't want to.
Oh no, so, not pushing people who don't want to, it's people who are interested, but with these concerns from different levels of the organisation.
Oh, I think we just need a fair bit of training as well. You hear quite often, I think, that everybody who's on Facebook knows how to run a social media campaign, or because everybody's on Twitter, everybody knows how to work on Twitter. I think it's very different things. There's people who know how to manage their own cars, but they wouldn't be capable of running a garage. So I think if you train these people up well enough, then that's probably the best place to start, really. And make sure that they're aware of everything that you're doing, communicate what's coming on from right at the top, all the way down to everybody who's responsible for it.
I think on social media you have got to be more chatty, so maintaining that corporate tone of voice is not going to work. But I think in general, with social media being a fairly new channel compared to other marketing and other mediums, we're going through this kind of general transition phase where obviously social media really isn't that new in terms of mass adoption. So there are a lot of old school kind of marketeers out there and people in companies who don't get it, and that's going to carry on probably for the next kind of 10, 15 years until the old school kind of dies out, which sounds really harsh. But people of kind of my generation, social media is absolutely built into the fabric of our lives. So it is going, kind of going back to almost like a question that was asked earlier. Social media will be part of every business because it's part of everyone's lives. So it's going to be difficult for you because you're going to have to try and talk those people round and kind of try and help them understand that you do have to be more chatty.